New York, New York, March 26. John Tavares, 91, of the New York Islanders reacts in the third period against the Florida Panthers during their game at Barclays Center on March 26, 2018 in the Brooklyn borough of New York City. Photo by Abby Parr. Getty Images. During his ending press conference, Buffalo Sabres general manager Jason Botterill made various intriguing points. Among them was his belief you can't primarily build a team through free agency. However, this doesn't mean Botterill will dismiss free agency altogether. The question is, to what extent will the Sabres be involved? The main reason for asking this is because of a certain John Tavares, who has reached the end of his current deal with the New York Islanders. You assume he will at least see what's on offer, and if he does, he will be the most sought-after free agent in quite some time. Now, a lot of you may understandably be wondering why this is relevant to the Sabres. Apart from the fact Botterill isn't looking to spend big money in free agency, why would Tavares even entertain the possibility of playing for the Swords? As far as the media experts are concerned, the 2009 first overall draft pick would be aiming to join a team which can contend right now. We're assuming he doesn't eventually decide to re-sign with the Islanders. The Sabres are theoretically not high on the list of potential destinations. Regardless, we genuinely believe the Sabres should enter the bidding. Here are 3 valid reasons why they should pursue Tavares. Page 2 Toronto. On April 2, Ryan O'Reilly. A fair reason for Tavares not signing with the Sabres comes down to their current situation at center. With Jack Eichel and Ryan O'Reilly on the roster, the Blue and Gold already have arguably one of the best 1-2 punchers in the league at the position. And that's before we add Casey Mittelstadt. Despite only being 19, he is already showing signs of being something special, including scoring 5 points in 6 games during his first exposure at the NHL level this past. In that respect, why would Tavares put himself in a situation which would impact his ice time? Well, depending on how the Sabres want to play things, it could well be a case of addition by subtraction. In this case, the subtraction would be O'Reilly. If you have paid any attention recently, there is at least some speculation he could be on his way out of Western New York. This potential scenario came about after comments made by the 27-year-old on locker clean-out day. Particularly, the admission there were times during the when he lost his love for hockey. This led to certain media types claiming O'Reilly was part of the problem in Buffalo. And while we don't agree with this, his performances on the ice were as consistent as ever. It could still lead to his eventual departure. In fact, John Vogel of the Buffalo News has a theory about the 2016 All-Stars' startling honesty. Vogel believes he could well be laying the groundwork to orchestrate a move from the Sabres. And while the loss of O'Reilly would be a shame, there could be at least some benefit to the organization. Chief among this would be clearing the final 5 years of his contract, which has a cap hit of $7.5 million per. If this happens, the Sabres would then have more money to entice Tavares. And with one less high-quality center on the roster, he would have fewer concerns about seeing time on the ice. Page 3 Use your arrows to browse Buffalo, NY. October 5, a general view of the outside of the KeyBank Center before the game between the Buffalo Sabres and the Montreal Canadiens at the KeyBank Center on October 5, 2017 in Buffalo, New York. Photo by Kevin Hoffman. Getty Images. The name John Tavares is extremely familiar in Buffalo. However, it's just as, if not more, likely to be because of the city's lacrosse team, the Bandits. The lacrosse version of Tavares spent his entire NLL career in Buffalo. In total, he played an amazing 24 years with the Bandits. By the end of his career, the forward owned an impressive list of league records. These include goals, assists, points and games played. In the case of the Sabres, this is important, as it provides a link to the area. Thanks to his uncle, Tavares is extremely familiar with Buffalo and has spent time in the city. Whether this is enough to convince the Canadian international to actually sign for the Sabres is another thing. However, it certainly can't hurt. Tavares will have seen how much love the city of Buffalo has for his uncle, and may want to follow a similar path. He would also be a lot closer to home compared to New York, having grown up in Ontario. Assuming logistics is a factor in any decision he makes, use your arrows to browse.